Hello? Good. So let's start slowly. Hi, everyone. I think it's their only early adoption talk on this event, which surprised me a little bit, unfortunately. Um, and just 2 days ago, at Fund in the Commons, I have a conversation with a lady. She flew here all the way from Atlanta, United States, not because her company sent her here or because she's given a talk or given a workshop or hosting an event. She flew here because she's looking for help. Back in her hometown, they have a big sacred forest. And United States of America decided to build in the center of this sacred forest the biggest police station in US. For this, you need to clean the forest. So her organization was raising money to support local activists to protest against this deforestation. They used Open Collective. They helped activists. Activists got money. And later, the German government, not German, American government tracked down everyone who received this funding. And now all those people are in jail. So more than 60 people are in jail, and for her organization, it's non-stop court process, one case after another case, when everyone is connected with a crime. So she came here looking for a solution exactly for the Berlin Blockchain Week, which has a hashtag privacy. She doesn't know anything about blockchain technology, but she hopes that she will find the help. And just listening to her 2 days ago made me think about the hero journey. This is the hero journey when our ancestors used to tell fairy tales and myths to their generations. This is the same hero journey that writers of the Middle Ages used to write their adventure books. And this is the same hero journey that Marvel and Disney are using nowadays to produce the movies that you enjoy exactly in places like this. Where I saw this connection is because every hero starts to exactly the journey that you later enjoy watching because something bad happens in their comfortable place. It used to be a home and nice and warm, and then something bad is happening, and they go to from known to the unknown. And in this unknown, and our Web3 for them is unknown. It's all full of jargon, it's full of unknown technology, and they're trying to get through this unknown space to the moment of finding the solution to help them overcome the problems that happened at the very beginning. And when they find a solution, a new privacy software, a new identity solution, they will transform the way they live. How many of us dropped Facebook, dropped other centralized social media years ago when we joined the Web3 space, and they will be back to their community, to their houses, bringing this new knowledge and transform the people. So that's one thing that her story made me think about. And the second thing is, it made me think that people don't come to the centralized world for vitamins. They come for painkillers because something bad happened to them in the past and they don't want this bad happen again. I mentioned that in this dark forest, she will find a solution to just to pick one out of many. And who is building tools for non-technical users? Can we have a raise of hands? Okay, we have quite a few. So if she will discover during her discovery through this dark forest your tool, she will start another journey. And this is a 3-loop journey. And this is a journey every user, every potential user completes from being potential user to actually being a real user. It has 3 loops and every loop ends with yes. So the first loop is consideration and comparison. Once they learn that you exist, they will start thinking, is it a tool for me? Is it the right one? Can I actually use it? What it'll bring me? And she will compare it with other alternatives on the market. Hopefully, she will say yes. And this is a very lightweight yes. So, for example, it might be connect the wallet, create an account, download an app. And after this first yes, the second loop starts. That's where she starts using product for the very, very first time. It can be first transaction. It can be first transaction. It can be the just setting up an account, setting up a space for the groupware if it's a P2P groupware. And if everything goes smoothly through the very first user UX points, there will be a second yes. The second yes is actually optional, but if you have a free trial and at some point you will ask a user to sign up for a free trial, that actually will be a moment where she will need to say yes or no for the second time. And also, yes or no can be like, do I want to continue using this software? Or do I want to switch to something different because, oh, sorry, user experience was so bad. And if the second loop will go well, she will say yes for the third time. You will not hear this yes. This yes comes in a different form. This yes is when she starts advising other people your software. When she starts referring, oh, are you looking for the VPN? You need to use this VPN, not that one, but this one, because it's so good. Through all my career, 15 plus years, I have been working on this outer loop, which means taking the user or potential user or potential customer from the moment when they just learn about your company to the moment when they say the first yes. And that's where we're going to work on the workshop. My name is Ira. I'm a brand designer and I'm a creative director. I joined Web3 all the way back in 2018 from the very right perspective, from a perspective of privacy and self-sovereign identity. Later, I have been the head of design in the same company, self-sovereign identity for German government mostly. Then creative director in Protocol Labs, and nowadays I work with a P2P open source framework for local first applications. And today I want to take you through the journey of how to turn strangers or potential users and turn them into real first-time users. So we are going through the process to say first yes, and then I also will tell you a little bit what to do after this first yes, so you don't lose them, because you did so much work here, you cannot afford to lose them as users in your app. And so we start with first thing, which is get noticed. Whenever you launch your product, and just a note, it will be a very marketing talk, because we talk about marketing, design, and user experience. There is nothing technical, just for information. So when you're launching the product to the market, there will be always alternative to choose from. It might be your direct competition, but it also may be the status quo. Well, I'm currently using this, and if the new thing didn't work, I would rather stick what I have been previously using. Or it can be something like absolutely like do it yourself, do it on paper. Doesn't relate to privacy, but people find workarounds, which is even not technological workarounds. So if you're you can say, we are launching identity wallet for everyone. Good luck. Now it's more than 70 companies who are doing these identity wallets, maybe now even more. So you will be a small fish in a big pond of all the identity wallets. You can also niche down and say, oh, we are offering identity credentials only for academics. So now you are narrowing down, niching down, and the pond becomes smaller, and you automatically, just based on proportions, you become a bigger fish. But there's still one of you. So either you're a big fish in a small pond, or either a small fish in a big pond. You always will be one of many to choose. And you sometimes will be found on the shelf. Not this shelf, like in the store, but actually, who is here not from Germany? Amazing. I encourage you to go to the local store, either it's Rewe or Edeka, go to the craft beer shelf, and good luck picking one bottle of the craft beer. This is exactly that shelf. Well, our shelves look slightly different. Our shelves are like the directory of projects that you can find. It's, for example, wallets. Now we have around 400 wallets. And also, this is what people are going to search in Google when they're looking for the solution to the problem you solve. Pick a parrot. Who looked at red parrot first? So all of you looked at the green parrots, right? I would never buy red parrot, but this is the first one that gets my attention. So your first task to actually get noticed is to understand what people will see when they're looking for you, what alternatives are there, and just make a research. Just search those queries that that they might be looking for. Like, okay, I need a VPN. Okay, VPN is pretty easy, but they can come with solution with a problem, and then they start Googling, and they have first 2 pages of results. Some people just ask AI. Then you can ask AI, and AI will give you 20 best apps in this category. So go and Google your category and see how it looks. And then you go and do your visual research. And while just opening website by website, which people may find, you will see the industry patterns. So you can have cliches. Mostly you will see cliches. So this was the cliche for blockchain in 2018, and I'm still showing it because it's fascinating. It wasn't changing for more than like 4 years. For subcategory, for example, all companies that are providing the same solution, they use the same symbol in their imagery and identities. So the task is if everyone is a black horse, in order to be noticed, you need to be a white horse or other color horse. And for example, like I prefer black horses, but this is the white one that will get my first attention. And maybe, just maybe, I will change my mind. I have an article for you, so please make photos. This is actually a workshop for a smaller audience. I didn't expect it to happen in actually a cinema setup. So I don't know how to share with you materials. We will figure this out and at the end of the workshop, but just like make a photo and you can read later this article. It's a guide, just like step by step how to define the design taboo. And the homework that you can do after going back home is imagine that you are your user. What they would be looking for in Google in order to solve their problem. Because as a builder, you need to know what problem are you solving for users. And then just write 10 queries. You know, like 5 is easy, 10 are super difficult. Write 10 queries and Google everything, and you will see what people see when they also can discover you. Okay, just one exercise, just this guide that I shared, it will help you to get noticed. Now you need to resonate. I want you to remember how you meet strangers. Who have participated in the hackathons? Okay, keep hands up in the air. Now lower those who came to hackathons with a team. Perfect. We have a few who attended hackathon solo. So it's exactly like happening in a hackathon. You come in, you see the crowd, and you need to talk to someone because you want to form a team. And how do you identify to whom to talk? Mostly, you just look at person. And just by looks, you can see, oh, is it a person I would like to talk to? Do we have a common ground? What potentially, can be this common ground? And people say, don't judge book by its cover. But people keep judging books by their covers. And there's the whole industry of marketing and design, how to design a book to raise the sales of the book. The same happens with people. I just yesterday saw a lady, and she was just passing. She was all in black and leather, like it's like you don't call her even Berlinish anymore, and like she was extremely beautiful. But if I would need to approach, I would never approach because I don't know where is the common ground. She looks beautiful, but we don't have any connections that visually I can identify. So when we pass the look screening, Then we start a conversation. Okay, so approach the person and you have a first conversation. How did first conversation go? Was it a shallow talk, or did you go really deep into the matter, some topics that really matter for you? Did you like the voice? Did you like the pitch of the tone? Was it a very speedy and like a pitchy tone, or was it calming and make you calm down as well? If you like the conversation, you would like to have a first interaction. And you say, hey, let's hack this project over the next weekend. And you start first interaction with the person. The same happens with people who meet. They say, okay, I saw the person, it's a nice person, let's have first conversation, went well, shall we date? Maybe we shall date. That's the first interactions. And then if the first interaction, if your hacking project went well, you liked working together, regardless if you won a prize or not, it may be that you will you will keep working on your project later. So then you go to the continuous collaboration and relationship. The marriage forms the same. Like I saw a person, it's like we like each other visually, start conversation, start dating, marriage. The same happens with the product. You first need to notice the product. Then you have a few seconds, less than few seconds, it's just like 1-2 seconds, to visually identify if it's something that is for me, simply visually. And it's very interesting because there was done research a few times on really many people, and the power of aesthetic feel is as strong as a power of fear, just so you know. But it's absolutely on a different side. The fear is negative and aesthetic is really positive. So I hope you will remember it when you next time choose your visual strategy. And then when these 2 seconds happened, I will start reading the text on the website. And whatever beautiful visuals you have on the website, if words say nothing, if you have, like, sorry for the record, marketing bullshit, then however beautiful visuals you have, they will always leave the website and they will never be back again because you lose the trust. If the content is really good and they will be back and forth, coming and going back, then they will say you yes for the testing your product, and then the first experience starts. So after this experience, if everything goes well, you start customer, this is like user experience and customer experience when they're using it forever. Not forever. Well, so aesthetics is like a first step. Well, aesthetics have 2 layers. They have symbols and styles. And to understand how aesthetics affect us when we open a website or we attend an event, whether you go to Fund in the Commons or whether you go to Privacy Now or whether you go to Shify, is always a combination of symbols and styles. I have an article about this and a talk recording at DEF CON in Bangkok last year when I was telling about exactly how people perceive styles and combination style and symbol, and how cypherpunks made it wrong. So I encourage you to watch it. It's just 7 minutes talk. So the question is like, what will resonate with them visually? How do I identify it? And reasoning, like resonating, can be one of 2. It's either reflect their inner self, oh, wow, it's like me, it's like me, or either it will complete their inner self. But inner self is actually our personality. So now we're talking about their personality, who you are building for. The question is it the only people we are talking about? And the answer is no. And this is a fail and a trap of all the big companies, especially those who go from Series A to Series B and higher, is that the bigger you are, the less you think about people who are working in the company. The less your identity as a company appeals to them, and more you try to engage people from the outer market. But if you're a very small team and you are building your MVP, for your early adopters, remember about you, founders, core team, and ambassadors, because what you build should also resonate with them. So the personality of your product as a person that is going to meet your users also should be a part of personality of you as a builder. Well, here is actually the part where we need to do the exercise. And I'm just like thinking, how do we do this exercise now since it's not a workshop space? Hmm. Who is here for the very first time Protocol Berg? So there are most people have been to other Protocol Bergs, right? Okay. We will try to make it for the Protocol Berg, and maybe we can shout out the answers, not making them on paper. But I have this, I usually use this survey to identify the personality of the brand. So I want to share with you 3 questions out of 12. And we probably will not work on this later. But let's just try so you get a feel. So if there were an ambassador for Protocol Berg, attention, version 3, not this year, version 3, and you are a part of organizing team, who would you invite like a representative to open the event on the opening keynote? Let's shout out. I knew you will say Vitalik. I knew it. Can we name someone not Vitalik? Amiotaki. Why do you name Amiotaki? What exactly makes you think? So he represents the value. In which way? So you can say the generosity and determination. Okay. Contribution, generosity, determination, contribution. Beautiful. I know you will your answer in advance for this, but let's imagine Protocol Berg version 3. Imagine an incredible magic power that has turned all companies in this world into objects that define them. What object will Protocol Berg version 3 turn into? Let's not make it a crystal. Anybody? Okay. Mountain. Okay, why mountain? Berg. I see. If you want to do this exercise at home, you can save this article. And this is like another question from the survey. I encourage you to do this with the team. Yeah, I think we are skipping this exercise because of the not workshopy space. Oh no, but let's do it. Okay, finish the sentence, and I want you to shout out. We want the attendees of Protocol Berg version 3 see the event as, and tell me an adjective or attribute, human attribute. Safe, inclusive, empowering, good, collaborative. Well, you're amazing, audience. I'm just so surprised. So in general, what happens is at this question, I usually have a bingo. And it goes trustworthy, reliable, innovative, and all these things that every company would name for themselves. So that's like a checkpoint, and we are going to skip this. Why I'm doing this exercise is that there's very difficult questions about music, about animals, about cars, and I will share this survey with you, those who want, at the end of the workshop. Allows you to dig the words that are completely unexpected. So, for example, these were 2 founders. They were filling the survey, and they named 2 different artists, but they said legendary and always cool. Legendary and always cool. What are the possibilities that a person can name such a difficult word like legendary? So when you go through all this survey, you collect a lot of results, you interview all the team, and you start stacking the words. And you can do it yourself. So if you want to get materials, you can always do it at home yourself. There's no help needed here. And you get your personality of the company, how the product should feel, and what attributes and values as a product it should encompass to attract your audience and the contributors. And then you use this um, brand personality on all 5 layers of identity. So when people say like identity of a product or identity of the event, they think about mostly like visual identity because that's how we see. But there's also verbal identity, the way brands speak. Look at Solana and look at Shify and look at Radical. They all speak different voice because it's a very, very different personalities. There's also sonic identity, the sounds of the company, the sound that you put in the event, the sounds in your app. And there is also tactile identity. In Web3, so in the regular world, tactile identity is a pretty popular thing, but in the Web3, absolutely not, and only Ledger so far I noticed as a tactile identity mastery or wizardry, I would say. So a few years ago, Ledger has a very beautiful, sharp identity. And when you receive the device, the edges of this device is almost like cut and bleed edges. So it's like perfect alignment from what you see on the website to what you have in your hand with the and feel in the closed eyes. Well, now Ledger is moving to the more like mainstream pop and the safe visual identity, and so their products. So personally, I'm not super happy with this change, but the synchronization is just incredible, like how they synchronize the tactile and visual. But there is a gap. How do you go from personality that you can do at home yourself to all these layers? And here actually was about to play the game, but I see the audience is pretty mellow and relaxed by the end of the day. So raise your hands if someone wants to play the game, and then we will have a prize at the end. Um, does anyone know what is charades? The game of charades. You need to show the word. Yeah? They're ready to play charades? Yeah. But guys, you need to support. So in general, like in the workshop setups with 12 people, it's like goes like fire because everyone. So you need to support and guess words because your peer is doing the best, right? You want to come here? Yep. So in general, in this workshop like this, it goes that after completing the survey, everyone will complete the brand personality survey, and then I will go and I will pick one paper and I will spot on a particular word that caught my attention, and I will whisper you a word and you will show to the team. So we're going to do now is we are going to have 2 winners. If you are done in 1 minute and someone from the audience guess in 1 minute, find me later and I will no, give me your contacts and I will send you a present. But we didn't do a survey, so it's now me is going to whisper my word, right? 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 Let's go. 1 minute. One. One. No, it's an attribute. It's adjective. Okay, but that's good. Thank you. Thank you for it. And I will message you something. Um, the word was intentional. Thank you so much. So What is your name? Mandas. Mandas. So what Mandas now experienced is exactly what all designers experience when you shoot at them in words like intentional, relational, transformational, and etc. Actually, there is an exercise, but in our setup, it's impossible because you need to have this boards and everyone will be circling. But I will tell you what's happening. So you write 3 associations about your company, and then everyone around the room, they start circling. It can be digital also, like the mind map. And you try to write all the words that are nouns and that you can visualize. And after the end of the result, this was for the project around migration. So we have migration there, and there were 2 themes we picked. We picked somewhere butterflies and we picked somewhere the map. It gives you symbols. You can use this symbol in your logo, in your visual on the website, even whatever ambiguous product you're creating. This exercise will give you there, and it's just 3 minutes to do. Now you need styles. Well, we go back to our personality, and it's actually now not your work, and I'm not going to show you how to do this, because it's pretty overwhelming. But I will show you the results of what's happening when you do a mood board. So there is a process of designing the visual appeal of any product, which is called the mood boarding. And you create something that has the same feel now, and then you say, okay, in half a year we will have your product, the website, social media, event, new protocol, Berg version 3. And when we make photos and make screenshots, put them all together, the board there should reflect the feel that you have here on this mood board. So I will tell you, show you the examples. The mood board, the final product. The mood board, the final product. The mood board, the final product, the mood board, the final product. And that's what you can launch. But actually, to make sure that everything goes well, you can also ask people, just show them a few images and go find your potential users. Just ask around friends, like, hey, how does this feel for you? Because you want to evoke particular emotions to resonate. And then they will share feedback with you. This will be something that will hurt you from time to time, but it's good to hear feedback, and please ask for feedback as much as possible. So you have your styles. So you resonated, and we are still here. We still didn't get there yet. Now we need to start convincing them. And now we convince them with words and copywriting on your page. So what they first will see on your page is a tagline, a catchphrase, which is a tagline, and one-liner description, what your product does and for whom. First thing that you need to know is like for whom you are building for, because without this, you're nowhere. And like really, it's the first question that you need to answer: what problem you're solving and for whom. One-liner description is a very easy thing. This is a formula. Use it, because don't reinvent in wheel. It always works. It's very clear. So your product name in product category for ideal audience, who, and then you choose one of 2. It's a current state they want to change, and then you talk about their pains, or it's a future state that they want to get, and you appeal to their aspirations. I have some giveaway for you today. I made a list of 11 books that will help you to launch your product. It's from the moment of strategy to through the copyright and through the product alignment on the market, understanding what people need, to all the way to the discussion, design, and branding. I have it imprinted, so I will give everyone here today at the end. And actually, as you see, I use the same formula there. So 11 books on do-it-yourself and marketing. What? For first-time, for whom? For first-time founders, for whom? Who want, and then the whole thing is a merge of the current state and the future state. So you will have your first line, one-liner or tagline or catchphrase. And then we are moving to the tagline. Now, I always encourage, please go and do user interviews. Just talk to your users. Um, and it's difficult. And you feel like imposter. And you feel like it's really difficult to ask people about the product. If you are too shy, ask someone else to do. Like just create a list of questions and ask your friend to interview people, so you don't feel like you're trying to sell something. But when you're interviewing people, never ever say pitch your product. You're just having conversation about them. It's not about you. There will be time when you will start talking about you. Again, as one of the materials, I will share with you the whole Lego block of all the questions that you can mix and match to cover all the categories. But we currently we need goals and motivations, why they're looking for a particular solution, and you are one of them. And the challenges and pain points, like what happened at the very beginning of this journey that made them look for new solution. And here's the thing. You have, what is your product doing? This is that phrase that we have just looked at the formula. And then you have pain points, and projecting through these pain points, just using their words, you can rephrase it in the tagline that will get their attention. And I don't like giving bad advices, but I think I will do today. In marketing, there is a saying, people jog for pleasure, but they sprint from pain. What it means is that if your audience has goals and aspirations, and all of they have pains, it's very effective to communicate through the goals and aspirations. But it's way more effective to tap into the wound, make them realize that something hurts, and say, "Oh, does it hurt?" And I have a cure like this. It's a painkiller. Um, I usually don't like, you need to really work with copywriting, and that's where those books I advise you will help you with rephrasing in the positive way, so it doesn't feel like you're reminding them that everything is bad. About the personas, like if you don't want me to send you anything, here is a QR code, and it's a shorter list of potential questions that I shared at East Denver earlier. Hmm? Okay, thank you for letting me know. I'll fix it. Um, and if you want to dive deeper, I have a video recording. It's a lecture. It's on my website. It's talks, and you will find it in all these video recordings there. It's just half an hour, only how to do personas for your website. But now we are going to play a game because interviewing users is difficult. It takes time. Not everyone is doing. But what if you need to present something tomorrow? What if someone says like, oh, there is actually this guy, he wants to listen what you're building, and he can give you money, or she can give you money, they can give you money. And you need to do a presentation, and you need to tagline right now, today. Then you can use this exercise, and it's a really brilliant exercise called 3 whys. Originally, it is 5 whys, and you can, again, save it for later to do in the team. And how it works is like I'm asking you what your product does. You answer me what your product does. And then I'm asking you, why does it matter? And we repeat it a few times, and we go to the results. And I want to test you. If we actually get the results, I really hope to hear. Do we have a volunteer who is actually building a product that is almost ready to go to market? Yeah. Well, let's get to their. Okay, you can. Well, but he was first, so.
Hi. A decentralized code forge. Decentralized code forge. Yeah, like GitHub. It allows you to work on code, so program, and do that collaboratively with other people. You you can't possibly do it on your own, like if it's a bigger project.
So I'm building a generative art marketplace. So for the artists who are into like very specific niche of the art, which is like computer art, which is kind of abstract. It's allowing artists to express themselves and earn money. Because like generative art, it's kind of niche, and we believe that abstract art and computers can play well together. Well, you need to lift out of something because you need to eat. Because otherwise you would die.
Four questions or three questions? Four. Okay. Why I'm calling the three whys? Because originally, after five why, we always start talking about the death, and we have just got there, and that's why everything happening. People just go to death, and because we don't want to die. Um, so after three whys, without mentioning death, you have your tagline. And the next thing that you can do is just name your features, and you all have really a lot of features. So with features, you do absolutely the same. You apply these three Ys, and after feature, it gives you value, and you merge them, and it's your first fold on the page. But then it's not the entire website that you actually have. So when you interview users, you will have answers and the pattern answers to what they actually need to know to make a decision to choose you. And we are actually getting really very close to this yes. It's a very end of convincing. And after landing on your website, noticing you from the crowd, seeing the visuals that speak to themselves, to their inner self, okay, this is something for me, starting reading the words and identifying in this tagline that this is their pain, this is their goal, this is a project where you identify this is for them. They start scrolling the website and they go like, yeah, but what if? And all these doubts, sometimes if you don't answer these doubts right away, they will drop the website and they will never return because someone else will answer these questions. When you do interviews and you hear what concerns and questions they have in mind, you can in advance answer them on the website. So if this flow happened, oh, sounds good, oh, looks good, sounds good, yeah, but and you boom, and you have this blog with the answer to their concern before the concern finished forming in their mind. And that's what you can do with interviews. If you want to receive, I had a workshop last year in IPFS camp only about landing page clinic, and there were a lot of like tips and tricks, like really tactics, where to put and how to merge. I can send you later. And so you come to the final yes, so you convince them. The well-structured landing page will always convince them to start project. But then you did all this work, and we have been just talking for 1 hour, no, for 45 minutes. Yeah. Um, you did all this work to get their first yes. Now they're their first users, and you still will lose them. Some companies are losing them in 2 minutes. Some companies are losing them in 1 day, in 2 days. And I have been done quite of product design, although I never say that I was doing product design, because when you're head of design and if you don't have product designers on your team, that's your fault. You didn't hire, so roll your sleeves and do your stuff yourself. That's and also like many projects, they just cannot afford many designers in general. And while I'm working with mostly like P2P and privacy people, I noticed that you're losing your first users for three main reasons. And I want to form this advice in the way not don't do something, but just like do something more or less. And the first thing that I want to ask you to do more is more scaffolding UX. Scaffolding UX, it means if a user doesn't know anything about this technology, when they start using your app, just handhold them through every step. Add as many walkthroughs as possible. And it also goes together with gradual onboarding. And gradual onboarding, it means you have all this like gazillion of amazing features that you want to show right away. Don't show it right away. Um, there are features that people can use only after a particular step is completed. So try to plan this journey and see and reveal the new features only when people actually can use it. An example might be, so for example, there can be no chat until people will join. Or you have this beautiful dashboard, but you need data for this. So rather guide people to get this data and how can they get this data so they can use this dashboard. The next thing is please less tech jargon. And that's something I really love doing with developers because it's kind of fun a little. I'm going and asking, hey, as an end user, where do I use and how can I use this information? And if the answer is, oh, actually nowhere, the question is like why we are showing it. And that's how the Web3 world is actually currently running, is that we show all the backend information, everything that we as developers love seeing, this like the abundance information on the front end, but it overwhelms non-technical users. And it's not overwhelms non-technical users. It's just when you see something that you don't understand, you feel bad because you feel you're not skilled enough, you're not good enough to use this app, and you really don't want to make people feel that they are not the right person for your application. And the last thing is less technical bugs. We are talking about early adopters, and early adopters are not innovators. Innovators are those people who are going to play with you in your demo, go to with your alpha, with beta, with closed launch, etc. But early adopters are starting using your app because there is a use case. They have this pain, like the lady I told the story at the very beginning. She has a use case. She cannot afford bugs in this program, so you always have really a lot of features because you're excited about your product. And there is like you're working on all the features, and there's only 24 hours per day and 7 hours per week. And in this limited time, you try to make all the features happen. Please don't do this. Do focus on this minimum MVP when features are complete, and you can create this gradual onboarding without bugs, because the very first bug, if it happens, it's very difficult to recover the frustrated user and bring it back to this journey. That was end of the workshop. If you want, so now it's like ideally, if we were like 12 people, I will just put a paper and ask everyone to leave me your email so I can just email you all the information. But if you want to get materials, just email me and I will answer and I will send you all the materials. And also, if you are a builder, and I showed a lot of slides and all this, many of exercises that you saw here, they are in the publication that I just started recently. It's usually just like 2 minutes to read posts. So there are some theories, there are some exercises to try at home. If you want, you don't need actually to subscribe. You can just read it. It's all open. But the thing, if you subscribe and if internet is down, and if internet archive is down for a little bit, you always will have it on your email. Yes, and the books that I promised to you are here. So if you are a first-time founder or coming soon first-time founder, and you want to get some books, like some person said that I actually read a really like I'm in this industry for 15 years plus, and he's like, oh, so you waded through all the mud waters of bad books and you picked the good ones. That's exactly this, because people write books and you sometimes read them and you feel like you're wasting your time, but those are game changing. So please read them if you're planning to bring your product to the market. Thank you. Do you have any questions? All of this. What service are you making? Oh, the security. Yeah, that's the same. It's the same. The question is how to deal with what exactly? I can help you to find a trustworthy product designer. Yeah. No, there are networks where I can find and I can yeah. But one of the books there is how to communicate with designers and how to actually make them ship what you want and how to yeah, it's just like how to communicate the break this gap. Um, so thank you for asking this because we also need to educate people, right? We cannot stay always in their area. That happens with every industry. Like there was no internet sometimes, some time ago, and suddenly everyone know how to use internet. Our grandmas can use phones. So uh, try to introduce those terms gradually as the user gets aware and familiar with your application. um, Feel free to put as many tooltips as possible, but just so they know what it is and how to do it. When it's on the outer loop before they actually become users, that's where things become tricky, because you don't want to sound like an educational professor on your landing page. If you always test, go and pick a person who can be an early adopter and like just like non-technical and say, hey, anything confusing here? And then you can just point on the jargon that you're thinking is a jargon and ask them, do you know what is this? Because usually when say what's confusing, they will pick one thing, pick two things. But then you say, oh, how about this? All right, this too. How about this? All right, this too. So just see what you consider as a jargon and then ask questions about this. So you see like here we were talking about developers building for non-technical users, but you are talking about the end users language. So it's the same as we will be speaking the regular language with non-technical users. This is the language that they know. It's not your builder's jargon, it's their language. And it's actually really good because if you are for professionals of particular level, amount of jargon will filter away those who are not mature enough to use your product. So if you are for really like professionals, it will signal that okay, I need to like um, grow a little to actually start using. If it's your strategy, it might be not your strategy, just dependent. I cannot retrieve the image of block and spurs right now in my mind, but we can talk about later. Oh, but speaking about this, in this thing, there I have a quite controversial, very subjective list of the most beautiful brands in Web3. So if you would like to have some nice images there to see like who I think like really doing a really good job, you can find it. I think it was maybe like issue 3 or maybe issue 6, rather 6, yeah. Okay, then we are ending a little bit earlier because it wasn't actually a workshop, but I want to say thank you for everyone who expressed their interest in bringing more users to the tech. And I wish you luck in getting the first yes, and then getting the second yes, and finally getting the third yes. If you need materials, just message me.